my gosh, I think it worked. I think I fixed it. I fixed it. Holy sheesh. That was brutal. Good morning. I have no idea what just happened. I just spent the last like 40 minutes trying to make this stream connect. I changed so many settings, restarted so many things. I don't know what thing fixed it. It just all of a sudden started working. That was very strange. Very strange. I think everything's working. I think we're good. I think everything is working. Trying to log back into everything here. I think we're good. All right. All right. So our core CPI number came out this morning. Market reacts pretty bullish to it. We went into a little bit of a trading range before open, checked above and below it now. Checked above first and kind of looks like rejection a little bit so far. It was a pretty nice little flag here on the 5-minute chart, but did reject the breakout. We're kind of up into this liquid area here on the hourly. We kind of fell through here very quickly. We did check it though here. Pulled back and are up here again. So can we hold this top now and then maybe start to fill this gap? We've never came back up and tested what we lost. It's kind of potentially what I'm looking at. See if that'll happen today. Small gap up, 15 points. Don't really like this rejection though as the open, so could fade out. Draw a bit of a demand line maybe. We'll see. It is the open, so we might check above and below the flag. Got rejected a second time here and went a little bit lower. No low one opportunities I'm interested in. I'd be interested in a possible 2-leg pullback. That would be it. I don't think I'm interested in a mean reversion type style trade to the upside, not right now. We'll see how we develop here a little bit. We're gonna break back through this supply line. We're hesitating here, we're trying. The 5-minute pattern doesn't look so hot unless we were to get back up there relatively quickly, but currently it kind of looks like we've tested above the flag and had a failed breakout, and now we're already back down to the underside. Kind of stuck at the lower part of the range. Trying to hold. We can set up a 2-leg pullback and then fail it. Would be good juice. So I'm not interested in this 2-legged pullback. This is not a AAA version of it whatsoever, and the context is awful. But a failure of it could be a good long signal It's not my trading strategy, but as I'm learning, it's very powerful that way as well. Well, one of two situations, I guess, really. We did have a flag, which we tested above and below now. So we're kind of, you could look at it as a range at this point. And we've now checked both sides of it, kind of back in the middle, almost more to the top side of it. It did reject the top first, but there's nothing actionable about that, just all information for us. Very good bullish push off of this like rejection, to be honest. We could it could have been a big trap, and we may continue. Hey, good morning, man. Sorry, the stream was late starting up, man. I have no idea what happened. I spent like 40 minutes trying to get this thing to connect. Restarted like everything multiple times, changed different YouTube and Jest servers. Nothing worked. I tried a whole bunch of things, nothing worked, and then all of a sudden it worked. So I actually have no idea what fixed it. Super weird. I was typing in the chat box before open in case there was anybody here to let you guys know that it was happening. But I don't know if it actually, I think it works that way. Like, I think you can still use the chat box. I'm not sure. Yeah, potentially. My computer would have done that overnight, so and I didn't even know anything about it. It's possible for sure. Never had any issues though till today. It's always just I press go live and it just connects and goes live. But YouTube would not, like, the streaming software was running and says that I was live, but YouTube would not receive it. It was weird. Anyways, here now. Had a decent looking flag on that 5-minute chart, which did push up and check above it right at open, but then we failed and kind of, I mean, I wanted to say it was a failed breakout and we came right back down and checked the lower side of it, but then we found buyers again. No follow through to the downside yet. It's slowly chugging its way back up. Oh, I didn't show anything. Okay. So it must not work that way then unless I'm actually live. Our larger time frame though looks really good, like really good, unless we fail relatively quick, because I mean, we've got this gap that's never been tested and filled from the 5th, that big fall that we did. Channeled down, we recovered, we tested above the top swing point here overnight, found support again, and now we're back up above it. So it didn't really fail at liquidity. With continuation, we could take this move back relatively quickly. It's trying to. Flag looks more like a trading range now. We've tested above and below, and we're all the way back up to the top again now. It's our volume this morning. We got 200,000 in A period, so pretty good volume. Yeah, there's our new high. So this acted as a nice support trap level. It's not the greatest breakout candle, that's for sure, but we'll see. We've got 40 seconds on its close. There we go. Didn't fill the gap either. Not the worst candle. Technically closed below the breakout level, but not huge rejection, not yet. No worries, man. Yeah, you got lots of meetings this week, you were saying. I won't be here Friday. I think I mentioned that. I've got to go to the city for a doctor's appointment. I did a lot of review yesterday. Because I was mentioning, you know, I feel like the last couple weeks I've been more like an observer than a participant in the market, which is okay, I guess. You know, like I'm still learning, still trying to grow my confidence in my systems and stuff, but my journaling every day on like what I'm missing and what's happening and stuff, it's kind of nuts. There's almost always at least 2 trades every day, which is like the perfect number for me. You know, like I always said, like 1 to 4, 1 to 5, average being like 2, maybe 3, but I'm not trading them. There's always a reason that, oh yes, thank you for reminding me about that. There's always a reason that I'm not taking the trade. Maybe risk is too high, maybe something, an outside factor had me distracted, or I didn't like the presentation, or something. There's always something though that's preventing me from taking these trades. So I'm trying to I got to eliminate some of that noise. Be okay. Because currently I'm just not trading enough, really. Like I'm not trading like I want to be. So I'm trying to correct that. I need to practice more off stream, or you know, the journaling and reviewing is helping, but it's helping me realize what I'm missing, that's for sure. The trades that I have taken lately, I do feel like I've managed them properly based on the strategy, but there's too many trades that should have been input that don't get input for whatever reason, for reason X. So trying to improve that. Need to improve that. It should be more rare that there's a day that I have 0 trades, you know, but it's almost like it's the opposite, and it's more rare there's a day where I'm actually trading lately, it feels. Well, we're struggling right now on this breakout for sure. See if this 5-minute candle gets a little bit of love here. Doesn't close as a rejection candle. $10 seconds. What are they going to do in 10 seconds? Gonna get some buyers? It's kind of almost like a red doji candle. Not ideal. Not the worst either. Some indecision up here though, to say the least. It's not really any situation yet for a 2-leg pullback. We haven't had a single candle that tried to go yet. So, I mean, currently now we have some megaphone price action happening. We've got higher highs and lower lows. We had another brutal cold night and morning. Woke up this morning to minus 32 Celsius. It is warming up though. Slowly. It's our first candle to make a high. Off the moving average too. Buyers look like they're gonna push it. Two big bars. If we can get back up over 36.75, we might. That might be a. This pullback might be a little bit of a confirmation to actually get us rolling. We're dipping our toes. We're dipping our toes. See if this candle closes nice and strong like this. Looks like it's gonna, yeah. Looks good. Got a block at 47.40. I should act as a magnet here. Low participation there in the 36.50 area here. Lines up nice where we broke out of. We can hold this test, might go higher. Hey, good morning, man. Nice, good for you. That's a hard bullet to bite, man. Been there. It's hard to just be like, all right, it's time to go back to the whiteboard. Good on you though. It's been slow for me, man. I was just talking about it earlier. I feel like lately I've been more of an observer than a participant last couple weeks. And I know it was weird with like the Christmas trading and all that stuff, but in the past, my trading, it shouldn't be that I have all these days with no trades taken. It's like I've fallen into like a weird stagnant period, and it's definitely not because the trades are not presenting. It's because I come up with whatever reason to not take the trade at that point in time, and it's not a good spot to be. So I'm trying to I've been reviewing a lot more of my journal and stuff that I do every day, and I've been recording everything that I'm missing, and to try to show myself, get back on that horse. What are you doing? Just missing too many things. There's always like there's something each day. Like yesterday again, right? I had a perfect AAA setup, and I stopped myself from taking it. I even put the trade in and closed it because of the news and the talk that was happening with the feds, and I had just kind of like accepted, okay, I'm not going to trade today. But that's just like a one example, right? There's always something. There's something that stops me from taking the setup 9 times out of 10, and I need to stop doing that. No, it's the same problem. As long as I try to stay disciplined, it's the same problem. And I don't be like, oh, I'm just going to trade a bunch type thing. Well, I guess, I could try it. To be honest, I haven't switched for a while, but I'm kind of like stagnant, right? Like I'm not really, my account is, it's basically like flat for quite a while. Go up a little bit, go down a little bit, go up a little bit. Still stuck on this megaphone line. Let's see. I definitely noticed that there's like, 1 to 3 trades a day that are like AAA almost every day. And those are the ones that I want to focus on. But there's just usually some form of outside factor that prevents me from doing it. Some days it's the same one, some days it's like a different factor every day, but there's always something that I decide I'm not taking the trade because. So I need to clean that up. No, I haven't been market replaying lately. I should. You are right. I actually started, I've been trying to go back, and I've been trading crypto a lot when I'm done my futures time. Is where I've been putting in a lot of time. Which which is kind of funny because I have, I don't know why it is, but I trade a lot more there. But I can kind of have consistent growth for some reason trading Bitcoin using 2 out of the same 3 strategies. but I do trade a lot more. That's the difference. Like when I go through my journal and I look, because I'm recording the exact trades that happen every day that I should be in, they're there. And like if I just tally up what I should be doing every day, it's like wildly good trading. I'm just not doing it. Could be. It could be. I need to, I'm at that like weird point where it's like I need to practice the doing it more part so that I can just do it more. As you know what I mean? I like have it on like a pedestal right now. I need to pull the trigger more, pull the trigger more, pull the trigger more. I went from over trading to kind of almost right where I wanted to be, and then I've dipped back in. Now I'm like under trading. I think a lot of it is all psychological, and I can come up with different reasons at the time for me to not take the trade, because I mean I trade real money in Bitcoin and do fine. It's not as much money as here, but I think because this is like a Top Step like funded account challenge, that it's like I have it on like a different headspace and I'm like putting it like too much weight on it. I'm doing the thing, you know, that Mark Douglas says not to do. You know, I put too much emphasis on every trade. You know, I need to just be okay with, I need to take a lot of trades and then, you know, see the sample size, but instead I like care about every trade. It's weird. I feel like in this particular market, I have absolutely like regressed a little bit. I've gone backwards a little bit on certain aspects. I haven't gone into drawdown during it, which is nice, but that's, you know, I need to keep trading though. It's an under trading problem for sure, which for most people isn't a thing. It's like most people over trade. This little bit of curl here is kind of, I wonder if this little reversal top is going to fail. Kind of found buyers at the perfect point. Got multiple candles in a row curling back up. No lows have been breached at all. When you do your market replays, do you what do you do it through? Because I was doing it through the Top Step, like through this trader software, but it only lets me do like the last 4 or 5 sessions. So I was trying to do it originally. What I was doing is I would do the furthest one away that I could, but I'd always remember it. As soon as the chart would start to form, I would be like, oh, I know what it's about to do. And then I would kind of have like a tainted perspective. So I always did way better on the market replay. Did get a big bear bar there on the retest. Oh, okay. Gotcha. That's cool. Well, we did get another leg down here. A little bit of a start of a 2-bar here. Some funky hesitation going on. See if we get another test below. We did hit somewhat of a reversal pattern here. Back to the moving average. Rejected it kind of beautifully. Teased a little squeeze. Got rejected again. Still sitting on the top of this megaphone pattern on the 5-minute chart. Long 34.75, so you need to get to 36.75. Yeah, that's pretty close. That could happen without even going above that swing point for sure. There's our other test down. Reversal pattern did give a little bit of a payout now. So some shorts were able to make some money. Does this lower test give you your bounce to your 36.75? There's parts of my trading that I think I've grown knowledge-wise and like understanding really like good looking AAA versions of the couple setups that I like to trade. over the last like month or two that I'm really happy with, but the lack of discipline to pull the trigger every time is where I'm, you know, that part is lacking for sure. The journaling part, proving to myself again that like, yo, that stuff's still working. Why are you hesitating? It's like at the point in time where the trade presents, I overanalyze. I feel like I listen to too many other like things that I'm seeing that disqualify the trade. Need to simplify it more so I don't hesitate. And I'm just like, oh, there it is. Okay, go. Simplify it more. No real candles making highs here. We're still kind of trying to curl down. Checked again, a little lower. Got a supply line. It's kind of a channel. See if we can hold. This level will be pretty important. Oh, she got you. Well, that's all right. You took a swing. You've been doing really well lately. You've had a lot of good trades lately. Do you trade just one strategy? Yeah, for sure. For sure. Three setups, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that is, every market's a little different for sure. Absolutely. Small little nuances with each one. Price reacts a little bit differently, you know, to certain things. Kind of breaking out of this channel now. I'll keep this one. Good stop out though. You cut your loss before the slide. I've definitely dabbled in that myself, man. when I was originally starting to trade futures and stuff, I was trading all of them. I was like, yes, NQ, hit me with some oil. Maybe today I'm trading like soybeans. It was a mess. I wonder if we're going to respect our megaphone pattern or not. That would be kind of gross. At least you're acknowledging it though, right? You experience some stuff and you know, you're learning from it. Those are all good things. And the sooner, I mean, you acknowledge that maybe your strategy wasn't making money, so you know, as tough as that is to start over, I guess you're not really starting over. You've learned a ton of stuff, and you know, you can turn the page. That's like an exciting time. What kind of strategy were you doing before? Was it like a trend continuation or like a mean reversion strategy? We picked up a little bit of volume here on this downward move too. Definitely caught some people out. How's our B period volume? 114. So we definitely have lower volume than the last couple days, which makes sense. I'm gonna go refill my coffee, boys. I'll be right back. 1 sec. All right, I'm returned. Had to put some wood in the fire too. All right, let me read what you said here. 1 sec. Daily therapy. Hey, man, I'm glad I'm of some use. That's awesome. Good vibes, bro. Good vibes. Trading's hard and lonely at the same time. So it's kind of nice sometimes to just hear some uplifting things, you know? Give some encouragement when maybe you're having not a good day. So yeah, for me, I mean, the price action and context is everything. That's the one thing that I was taught like in the very beginning and that I really stuck to was context is everything. And it's funny, like we have like the opposite problem. I'll see the price action and I'll get like maybe half the context and I'll be too nervous and I shouldn't have been, you know? And you're the total opposite. You see the price action and you just pounce. Imagine if we could like meet in the middle. It'd be like the prime situation. Low one fired there. No signal though. Not enough candles. Still lots of downward momentum though. Kind of surprising, I'm not gonna lie. I definitely thought that this was going to squeeze that out after it failed. People are bailing hard. We're about to test that trap level from open, daily low. Yeah, we do. Absolutely. I'm the same way. Like if I have a bad day, it's very easy to just be like, oh, well, you know, I suck or I'm shit or need to do this different or that different, and kind of it's easy to like just focus on the negatives instead of the few positive things. And I'll be honest 100%, like maybe when I'm talking to you it helps you and I can say positive things or say something that might help you in the time, but I might not treat myself that way. I've been guilty of that for sure. I sometimes will be very upset with myself or struggle emotionally because I did something that I shouldn't have, or I mean, normally it's for me, it's not that I did something that I shouldn't have, I didn't do something that I should have. But yeah, same thing, it results in the same thing. It's cool though just to hear other people's mental takes and emotional battles in trading too, because it's like the exact same as me. This is quite a push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have like off of a top reversal, a nice one-time push. So this 5-minute chart is primed for a low one opportunity on some form of pullback, which probably would amount to a 2-leg pullback on the 1-minute chart. So we're kind of stalking here a little bit. I'm glad I give you some good vibes though, man, and can lift you when you need it. That is important for sure. And it does help me too, just saying that stuff. It like reminds me. So are we gonna break? Oh, we broke right through before we even had a pullback. All right, remove our trap line. See if our megaphone pattern stays true here. We are on our demand line right now. Kind of going through it with no hesitation. Do we respect the megaphone pattern? Approaching gap fill finally. Increasing volume on this downward push too. tagged it beautifully so far. Interesting. You know, I may try what you mentioned. I might go back to sim for a week. Just go to sim for a week. Just do it like I'm doing right now. And I mean, try to, like, I'm not changing anything, right? I only want to do my AAA strategies properly still, but I want to kind of just maybe eliminate that stressor of the combine completely, just for a week, just to see if it boosts my confidence again, you know. That might be a great idea. I mean, I feel like it is a great idea. Because I mean, full transparency and honesty, like, I mean, you guys see what I'm doing every day. I'm not growing the account at any kind of rate that is like livable money or passable for this combine. So, and it's not the strategies though, because I journal when I'm supposed to do them and they work well. I'm just not fucking doing it. I'm just not doing it. I need to just do it, man. Because in crypto, it's not a large amount of money. Like, it's a large enough amount of money that, you know, I am over time growing it, but I would have to like scale it like way faster. If I were, the reason that this appeals to me so much is because it could potentially be livable money, whereas the crypto is really not. Like, my account's not big enough. So I'm using, like, I keep trading the crypto because it's practice and it keeps working like slowly over time, you know. Like, I can average like 20-30% growth a month right now for the last couple months, which is like really good percent wise. But that, you know, percents are everything, sure, but you still have to have the capital. I'm kind of at that point now where I actually watched a really cool video yesterday about how to start to compound and grow an account faster, because I was quite interested in it. And it said, like, once you can achieve some consistency and do that, like, he showed out a formula of how you could start to double your size every so many weeks after you achieve that consistency. So like in ES, for example, we'll say that I'm trading one contract. This was his business plan for a year. You trade one contract for 4 weeks. You know, you average out like $500 to $1,000 a week, and then do that for 4 weeks. And then if you can do that, then boom, starting week 5, you double it. You're now 2 contracts, same thing. So now you're doing like 1,000 to 2,000 a week, and ideally do that for another 4 weeks. Boom, double it again. Now you're at 4 contracts, and you can scale your growth like that very well without changing anything, which is basically what I need to do in crypto. But this is just something I just started like thinking about yesterday, to be honest. I've never really tried to compound or grow my money like that before. I've kind of been like, okay, I'm gonna risk, you know, 0.5% to make 1%, or risk 1% to make 2%. But yeah, just comes down to actual capital. We're still primed for the same setup. We are bouncing somewhat off that megaphone pattern currently, so we'll have to be careful about that, but we'll see. It's also kind of, it's not priming for the other way. No, I'm wrong. It's already pulled back one candle, so we'll see how it develops here. So yeah, hopefully that answered your question. Bottom line, at the end of the day, it's just capital. That's the reason. This offers me potential livable capital, whereas crypto doesn't currently. That's the first candle on the 5-minute chart to make low. Didn't form possible for an entry on the 1-minute chart, but see if it pans out. Should break low here. Inside candle though, as like our signal candle, rather than a pullback, which is a little bit less probability of success, or at least a larger move. Yeah, man, have a good day. Have a good day. We're getting very close to our actual gap fill zone, kind of set up for extension here, but we did find a decent amount of profit taking from shorts and buyers, so we could possibly even try it again here. We may see a little bit of a fake out here and then pop. Our low one has fired on the 5-minute chart. But because, like I said, because it fired off of an inside candle, not much of a pullback, we may barely extend and reverse. So far, we're struggling at double bottom to the tick. It's trying to react off of equal lows. I would have rather that poked through a little bit. We're gonna poke through now. Definitely some struggle here, but like there's some buyers here for sure. Still not poking through. Retest of the low. This thing gets back up above 1250. I mean, gonna be looking alright for another move back up. Never succeeded yet. Might still get a chance to check below. Still struggling though. We're not really achieving anything. We're just kind of accumulating here. Is this going to be enough of a hold and confirmation for us to come back up now? Not really holding this demand line at all. Can get rid of that. Megaphone's still kind of in play though. Not really breaking down yet. Which is like ewy. So our double bottom has actually pushed us back up over now by 1 tick so far. And in a downtrend now, we have a small uptrend. We're about to break through it. Happened right above this level here, which is, you know, quite nice. This trend like steepened quite a bit. First break of trend. It's a micro trend though. Could be the steam to get back down. It did stall at the perfect spot. Broke below that middle level. Looks good still. Could set up a trap situation if we get a little bit of a drive. Show trapped long traders getting squeezed out. We got the trigger. We're at our gap fill level. Actually, sorry, that's only 4 candles. Got a good slide though. Did break through that micro uptrend. Through the gap fill level too. Hourly pivot point down here at like 95. Nice. Of course, we stalled too, so this inside candle cancels what was almost a setup. Watch for potential 2-leg pullback now is the only type of pullback that I could do. Can't do a low 1 anymore. Achieved our gap fill finally. Kind of broke out of our megaphone pattern. Not really flagging like I'd want to see for a 2-leg pullback so far. Well, there actually has been no setups today so far. This is a day where there is actually no setups. It's rare though, and I mean we have a bigger megaphone pattern that happened until 5 minutes ago, so that makes sense. That usually is my kryptonite right there. But most days that I'm not taking trades, there are still trades to be taken. I'm just missing them. But today is the first day so far where I have not been interested in anything. First candle to make a low. No prerequisite though. Close, very close. Not quite though. Low one made it all the way back down near the low. Maybe we set up a two-legged pullback. Nope, gonna go through the low. So we were ready for the low one if it gave it to us. Unfortunately, 4 candles, one timing instead of 5. It did extend off of the nice trap location. Perfect context. One piece of the puzzle missing. Getting closer to that hourly liquidity level. One minute left in this 5-minute candle. It's definitely potentially gonna, like, it's trying to be an inside reversal setup for sure. We have that last little push down. We have an inside bar near the low. Tested below it all. It's tested it a little bit further than be perfect, but it's gonna, if it closes back up above that inside candle close, it's like a beautiful inside reversal with a slightly longer wick. I mean, it's holding that level so far, but man, if that signal would have formed after the break of the liquidity, would have been a strong 5-minute chart pattern. Ooh, it might not actually close where it needs to. did not. So we have two things about it that are slightly iffy. So not that we could take the trade off the 5-minute chart anyway, but good information. Some hesitation here, a little bit of flagging happening. It was close to, I mean, there's a few things that I don't like about it. I don't like it didn't hit liquidity, and it's not a perfect inside reversal. So I think that, like, my brain is still leaning short for now. Was close to an inside reversal pattern here available for me to run to the moving average as well, but not quite. Our inside candle wasn't quite an inside. It dipped below our sell-off candle, and our reversal candle didn't close above the inside candle. Did work, but not proper signal for me. Get a little bit of a higher low holding here so far. It's kind of a little scuffed head and shoulders there. Definitely trying to hold that swing point that pushed our high. See you tomorrow, man. Have good meetings, good trading. Have a good rest of your day, dude. Getting a nice pushback out of this, that's for sure. I'm back up to this underside, broke back in. This megaphone pattern is not really relevant now. Still leaning short though, to be honest. We got a little 2-bar here. If we can get another little bit of accumulation here and a failure, like a reversal pattern, be a nice entry. There's a double top so far. It's going to keep going. No failed breakout. Didn't fail at the lower side. Kind of approaching the moving average here, and then we've got our swing point up here at like 19. Head and shoulders playing out. Market could hold that level. Definitely proving to be more bullish than anything. Was still leaning short, but was kind of looking for it to fail. It's proving me wrong. Buyers are definitely stronger. That's the key level to break. There's a little bit of a double top after a small inside candle closed below, but the location seems like it really wants to break that level now. Be a nice trap, yeah. Encourage a couple shorts and then boom, squeeze them to get up above. There's the fuel to break the level. Pop back into liquidity. Get some stop outs. Man, no clean setups today so far. Decent like context reading, but no setups. Like this was close, right? We were stalking close. It did play out. Signal wasn't what I was looking for though. Nothing through any of that. We were really close here. We knew that this was trying to set up a reversal. Did go just above the W top to kind of like confirm it, encouraging some buys. Squeeze it straight back down. You know, so we got a lot of trapped longs. First pullback, you get short for the next leg down, but need 5 candles in a row. Didn't get it. Ended up with 4. Everything was close. Like the situation still worked. The situation still worked, but wasn't perfect, right? And that was actually it. There was no other trades that I really wanted. Was watching for a potential failed breakout somewhere here, but never developed that way at all. Never actually broke this level yet. We had a little reversal pattern here which got squeezed out, and then we got, you know, a pretty big bear bar. We're now going back down, checking the low again. See how they close this 1 minute candle. Didn't break below that little swing low yet. Definitely some selling pressure up here though. We may get a failed breakout above opportunity for a fade for a little bit of a pullback. Have to hit liquidity though and have to break up above here. Give us a reason. We know there's some little bit of sellers in here so far. Still hesitating. See if we get a slide above this level or if we get hesitation. All right, there's our check above. Definitely not hesitation. That was a pretty good push through that level. They're gonna close this. Be interesting to see if they close this 5-minute candle here at the very end now as a shooting star rejection above that level. Not quite. Close, but not quite. Definitely some selling there, which we expected. I was looking for a potential fade, but no candlestick setup. If this 5-minute candle would have closed at its actual low as like a red shooting star, definitely would have been a strong signal of rejection up here. There was some rejection up here, but happened in the last 20 seconds, eh? Probably gonna end up calling that my day right there, 12:45. Not a single setup that ended up firing perfect AAA today that I wanted at all. We were close to a few situations. We opened up with a gap up. Turn my music down while we do the little review here. But you know, nothing actionable in the morning right away. We were watching. Price came up here. There's a little bit of a failed breakout here, but not ideal. And the retail, I was really looking for that to continue, and it didn't. That was the rollover point. Market did fall quite drastically after that. Came down, eventually gap filled. There was no real setups through that move. There was no two-legged pullbacks and no spikes off of like a reversal trap or anything that enabled a low one entry. We were stalking potential failure here, but again, never really gave it to me how I wanted to see to get in. We had a candle that broke and closed above, and then we had a little doji after. So yeah, there was some indecision there, but not an actionable candle there, unfortunately. The push down after that was kind of like expected, and it was very close to setting up another low one opportunity, but unfortunately only got 4 candles in a row one timing, so no can do. Trade did work out, did push extension, and yeah, not much really else to be said about that. And then after it extended down, we were watching here. We know that we had achieved our gap fill. We were testing down a little lower when we did find some buyers, and then we almost got a good inside reversal pattern. Again, did work, but wasn't perfect. I wasn't really AAA. Our inside candle wasn't actually an inside candle. It did go below, and our trigger candle didn't actually close above the signal candle either. So there was 2 things that were kind of like, eh. So no trigger there either. That was the day. After that, there was no real opportunity that I wanted, that I was, stalking. We were reading the price action, fairly correctly. I was still leaning short here, but it never gave me a reason to get short, and ended up squeezing straight up. Nice. Broke above our 5-minute level now. Expected some hesitation from the liquidity. We did get it, but again, not an actionable trade. First pullback. We're trying to come back down here again now on that little bit of a retest. But yeah, today I can actually say, there wasn't any AAA setups that formed that I wanted, which is rare. Even though there's a lot of trade days in the last month that I have no trades, there was actual executable trades that I just didn't take for whatever reason. And yeah, that's the part I'm trying to improve drastically. But I think I am going to switch to sim starting tomorrow for a week, and just try to be able to trade again with confidence. But yeah, that's the day, and we'll be back at it again first thing tomorrow morning.